Hey everybody, this is Epiq Ezra with the video for you, and the video is this. I want you to know that it is completely fine for you to fail the expectations that other people have for you, and it is completely fine to reject and fail the expectations that you had for you, but you only had them because you felt that you needed to fulfill these expectations to be of value. And I mean those expectations, once again, that other people projected on you, because this is the thing. Expectations are not bad. They help you rise above who you currently are to become a better person. And without expectations, then a lot of people might not rise to the occasion. So expectations are good, but sometimes it gets very unhealthy. Sometimes it just drags us down and it creates this pressure. And then at the end of the day, it's 10 years in the future and you're on stage rapping and you're like, I wanted to be a lawyer. Or reverse, you're a lawyer and you're like, I wanted to work on a cruise ship. Whatever it is, you have to drop those expectations and you have to stop living out someone else's dream that they had for your life. You have to stop doing that. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because I'm 28 now, and I had a conversation with someone who was in college, and they said, Ezra, why did some of your friends give up their dreams? And I just thought, there's a verse in the Bible that talks about, don't let your spirit get choked out by the worries and the cares of the world, right? It talks about the seeds that are dropped and planted, how the word is basically planted and how it falls on different types of soil. I feel that, God plants so many things in our lives, okay? And when he gives us our dreams and aspirations, sometimes they can be planted, and maybe it's the wrong kind of soil, maybe you weren't ready, or maybe the environment around you, maybe you had friends or family members or the media, you let other people negatively influence you and give up those dreams or deter from the path you were on. And for instance, I love making music. Am I the best at music? By no means. I have friends who are way better at music than me, but they don't make as much music as me, and that is another conversation. You should make more music because you're amazingly talented. If you're watching this, you know who you are. So, and there are two instances in my life where I was presented a musical opportunity. One was in college, and I suggested to the head RA over campus. I was like, yo, we should do a giant concert in the springtime and have all local artists come together. Boom. And then I helped them organize it, right? And then I had a conversation with a friend on the phone, and in that one night I wrote 6 songs, and I edited them and I just practiced them over and over and over and over for 5 months straight. And then I performed every single song, and then me performing that turned into me getting to record in a studio, which didn't turn out to be the best thing, because when someone works with acoustic worship bands and then they want to record a hip-hop record, it's just not the best thing. So let's move on. Now, but this is the thing. The thing is that if I listened to other people around me, then I would not have said anything. They would say, "Oh, Ezra, what about the pros and cons? Why would you mention that to the head RA? Why would you try to bring that up? Why would you try to do something new?" Because honestly, in college there was tons of that, but I was so naivete. I was so naive, and I didn't really listen to people. I'll be honest, I did not listen to people in college. I did not. I did my own thing. The majority of the time, I did my own thing, and it made me enjoy life. And then we did the concert thing, and it was great. Now, the second time this happened was when I did just a little hip hop showcase last year, and I ended up winning. But this is why I won. I won because of the amount of practice that I put in, and the amount of calls that I had to reject, and then the amount of time away from people that I had to reject, and the amount of early mornings that I had to spend practicing, and then late nights practicing because I was working literally 60 hours a week making minimum wage. I ended up winning because I wrote these songs and I practiced and I practiced and I practiced, and I would run on the treadmill and I would practice, and then I would make it. And I looked at my life and I was like, man, there's only a couple instances where I've been very happy with myself, and that is when I set a goal, I went for it, I blocked out everything else, I let people know my boundaries. I still hung out with people sometimes, but I had this goal, and then when I reached it, I was so at peace, you know. But as you get older, you learn to compromise. And what you really learn, I feel like, is not necessarily to compromise. You learn to drop your boundaries to appease people, because you might feel like me, if you don't drop your boundaries, then you are going to be left alone at the end of the day. And you'll have this dream, and then you'll be alone. And you don't want to be alone, so you just keep dropping your boundaries and dropping your boundaries and dropping your boundaries. And then what can also happen is, as you're dropping your boundaries and you're doing whatever this person says because you want to be accepted, this person is not dropping any boundaries. They're doing exactly what they want to do every single day. And you have given up your dream to make them happy because you thought, yeah, if I do this, then this person will be my friend, and then I won't be alone anymore because I'm trying to fulfill some childhood hurt that I have that no one really cares about because I'm a black man. Whatever. So, the main thing is this. If you have a goal, go after it relentlessly. Block out anyone who cannot respect the boundaries that you're setting in place to reach this goal. Especially if you respect their boundaries, you have shown that you respect their boundaries, and they are still like, but I need more time from you. Have you ever gotten on a roll and you have built momentum, and then at the precipice of breaking to the next level, someone asks you for a little more of your time, and you know the answer needs to be no, but instead you say yes because you want to make them happy? And you've built this momentum, so you're kind of feeling good about yourself, so you let off that gas a bit. And when you let off that gas, do you know what happens? That person takes more of your time than they said they were going to take. You let emotions get tied up, and then you crash. You know? There's a great song by Childish Gambino and Logic. And this is who said this? Childish Gambino said it on the song, Driving Miss Daisy, one of my favorite songs, two of my favorite artists. Childish Gambino said, do you think Kim would be with Kanye if he left Drive in the driveway? I'm just driving Miss Daisy. Do you know what that means? That means that she would not be with that man if he had no drive. She would not be with that man if he did not ignore her sometimes and say, I'm going to the studio all night. I'll call you in 2 days. I love you. Bye. She wouldn't. She wouldn't. She would not be with that guy. Now, their current relationship state is completely different, and that has nothing to do with me, and I'm not that guy. I'm just giving my life experience right now. So, I'm just saying, like, be relentless. Be relentless. Do not give up. Keep going, and when you fall, it's okay to fall. But when you pick up momentum, keep going. Don't stop. Do crazy things to pick up momentum, okay? Set a timer for yourself and then practice during that timer. I'm so serious. Like, this is what you should do. You should, on your phone, you should download a work app to clock in and clock out like you own a business, right? And then when you clock out of work, do you know what I want you to do? I want you to clock in on that app. And I want you to look at those hours that are passing when you're at home, and I want you to think about your dream. If you can label it, I want you to label it dream. And these are all the hours you can spend working on your dream. And if the time is passing by and you see yourself on the couch and you've done nothing, then you know that you are the one who's taken away from your dream. You have that time to give. If the time's passing by and you're hanging out with someone and it's a meaningless relationship, you see how pointless it is now, because you're actually watching the time 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. 3 hours after work. Look at what you've done. Look at what you have accomplished. Is it really anything? Is it? Or are you just wasting time? This has been a therapy session with Epiq. Pursue your dreams relentlessly. Have boundaries. And if you have trouble with boundaries, I suggest you check out the Instagram page of the Holistic Psychologist. She has some fire infographics. And if you have trouble with boundaries, you should check out Attachment Styles on psychologytoday.com. Great resource. When you find out your attachment styles, you will just see the way that you function in relationships a lot. And I have a disorganized attachment style. I have anxious avoidant. It's really bad. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie. I know I have problems, but that's why I make videos like this. That's why I've always made videos like this, because I've always had all these issues and these problems, and when I talk to my other friends, they seem to not be going through any of the things I'm going through. Or they do, but they can't necessarily articulate it at the point, so I always feel alone. So when I make these videos, it helps me just to express it verbally, and by me putting it out there, it also gives me this sense of relief, maybe this will help someone. Because as I figure it out a little bit at a time, maybe I can help someone else figure it out a little bit at a time. So that is all. I'm Epiq. Have a great day, and go watch some anime after you